Welcome to this edition of Jesus for Asia News. We're in the northern western area of India in Gujarat, and I have with me Pastor K. Nade. He's the Saurashtra Region Director. And Pastor, we've been here in this area just for one day with you, and yesterday we had kind of an exciting day. We did a lot of driving.
Right.
Could you show us on the map and show us where we went yesterday?
Sure, I'll be very happy to. We are just right in Rajkot. This is the capital city of Saurashtra, and yesterday we had gone from Rajkot to Amreli. Second place just nearby, we have come here, Hadala we call it, nearby. Amreli. This is the part where we have Saurashtra region. It includes 6 districts.
So would you say that there are a lot of areas in the Saurashtra region that no work is going on?
We have started first here, and then we are launching out one by one.
But could you use more volunteers?
Sure.
If there were,
yes.
If there were
we will be very happy to go all through our district areas.
So what about the way, you said it's a staunch Hindu region. How do you reach that? Do you just go in and do evangelism?
My approach to this area up to now, since I have taken over this directorship, the relatives of this area, I catch hold of them and go to other villages and other districts. I go and meet them, and then they come to know that their relatives what they are.
Okay.
After receiving Jesus as their personal savior. So they also invites us, come and do work here. So that is the way my approach is there. Catching hold of these relatives of these people, our Adventist people, and going to the other districts. And that is the way we have entered into all these districts.
I heard you yesterday also mention another way that you're reaching out to some of these areas, and that was through kind of a medical evangelism.
Right.
With blood pressure cuffs.
That has been so nice. We have been very privileged to have Pastor Maggie come over here with his wife, and they have trained these ladies. I have chosen around 25 to 35 ladies. And this training was for 5 days, and we were very happy. They have taught them about the diseases, malaria, dehydration, and all these diseases where common people they have. We have taught them how to use BP apparatus, thermometer, and they will go into the villages and check these people.
Now, I wanted to ask you also, you had mentioned another time that there's a need for schools. You've been invited to put schools in some areas. Now, is this a standard school?
We are thinking of starting a boarding school. They have been always after me, why don't you start a boarding school? So that our children will be blessed by Jesus, and they will be taught about morals, the standard of life, and they will be taught about Jesus, and then we can train them. And my dream is that after 10 years, we will see all over this area the Seventh-day Adventist work. The children coming and learning about Jesus, the songs of Jesus, and they will go at home and they will sing the songs of Jesus, how we are teaching them. They will be praying with the parents, and likewise they will be conversion. Of the parents. We are dreaming about that because I have seen many children. We have been teaching them about Jesus. They are well accepted by the Hindu parents.
So Pastor, you said we have a little bit of work going on in each of these sections. Can you tell me maybe how many villages we have in Amreli? How many villages is there work going on?
We have around 30 villages. Amreli district, we have 30.
How many villages are there estimated in all of that district?
It is more than 700 villages. We have almost entered many of them.
So total Adventist coverage in that area, you would say?
Over 3,000 members we have.
Okay.
And other district, including our whole of Saurashtra, we have around 5,000 members.
Okay. Wow. And how much is the population of Saurashtra?
8 million.
So do you think we have a lot of work yet to go?
Yet to go, and we need to work very hard to go and approach them and reach them. Actually, missionaries came to this place. Here is the place Goga, and from here missionaries they came to Rajkot. But these Saurashtra people, they did not accept Christ. But as they went downward, this part of Gujarat, many people accepted. And that is the reason the work in Gujarat, South Gujarat, Central Gujarat and North Gujarat, they have a lot of Christian people. So there is well accepted. But towards this western part of India, Saurashtra, we have a very few Christians.
How many total JFA Bible workers work in your region?
At present, 10 of them are there.
10 of them.
Right. We have at Surendranagar, we have at Jamnagar, we have at Porbandar, and most of them are working in Amreli, because this is well accepted, and our workers, they are really doing good. Okay. So Junagadh we have, but very few of them, other volunteers are there.
So how many total Global Mission, Gospel Outreach, JFA, how many total volunteers do you have?
We have around 25.
Okay, so 25 of them for this whole area with 8 million people, along with you and the other pastors that we've met. Wow, that seems like a pretty high goal.
Right. Nearby Rajkot, there is one village, we have put volunteers there. They also help us to go around here, many places with me. And they always accompany me, since I don't know how to speak Gujarati.
Okay, so how many pastors are there in your region?
Ordained pastors, only one pastor is there.
Only one?
Right.
Is that you?
No, Pastor Rohit Palat, as a volunteer. Actually, he is the one who has gone around and met the people. And we have another officer also, like Pastor Augustine. He is the one who accompanied them, going to this place, all this place, Amreli. Okay. Last 18 years, he was there in Gujarat conference. And he was one of the directors. And then he came around and worked around here, and with other volunteers.
How many workers do you have, paid workers, like in the office?
My wife is helping me in office as a worker, and Pastor Palat, who is looking after Rajkot Church.
Okay.
So he's actually main pastor for whole of this district. See, he's the main pastor.
That's a large district,
right.
5,000 members.
Right. But when I'm in Rajkot, that time he goes to these villages on Saturday and guides how to conduct Sabbath school, how to give Bible study.
That was another thing I was going to ask you.
Right.
Are these volunteers, are they well trained? You know, they know everything about the Bible, and they know all the 27 fundamental beliefs.
Right. When I came here, there was nobody. No volunteers were there. Only Pastor Palat and myself. And there were volunteers, but they didn't know anything about how to work and all. But since Jesus for Asia helped us, giving 10 volunteers, from that time, this work has been grown up. It has taken a speed. From that time, we are very happy actually. Now these volunteers are completely Hindus. I have converted them, I have given Bible study, and completely they are Hindus. They don't know about Adventist. But since I came, every month we conduct some meetings, and from that time I have been giving them the Bible study, and slowly they are getting to our track. Stream we call it.
Yeah.
So that stream, if they come up, I think so by 2-3 years, we will be having a good workers.
Another part of that question then, they didn't know their Bibles either, did they?
Right.
Right.
They didn't know anything,
they were
but
Hindu.
They are completely Hindus.
So
I have given them baptism, then they have been teaching. Since they are educated, so, and they requested me, so we want to know more about this.
Yeah,
so I have put them into Jesus for Asia, and by God's grace I am dreaming about 10 years I will see many Adventist young generation who will be accepting and who will be going to the school, and by 10 years every whole of Saurashtra 6 district will have Adventist church, Adventist people, I will be having all this area as a Seventh-day Adventist congregations.
Now I wanted to ask you another thing about the Ellen White books.
Right.
How many Ellen White books are there in the native tongue?
We have only Bible.
Only the Bible.
Only the Bible, but no other books about Adventist. We don't have anything. So for that I'm very discouraged, and I want to translate many books in Gujarati. First book I'll prefer to print in Gujarati, that is Steps to Christ. Story of Redemption, that is the best book where we could approach to the people. Converter stories from other areas, how they met Jesus, and that will also be very helpful to these people, that if I accept Jesus, my life will be better.
How much would it cost to translate?
40 to 80 rupees per page.
Okay.
So
and is it expensive to print them after you translate them? Do you have any idea how much per page the printing is?
No, that I don't have, but I will find out and I'll let you know about that.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Pastor, for sharing with us.
Thank you. We are so happy and we are so glad and we are so blessed through Jesus for Asia. All our workers are so much glad because they didn't know what is Jesus. They didn't know what is Seventh-day Adventist. They didn't know salvation. But since by your donation, we could tell them who is Jesus, the only Savior in this world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
The video we've just watched with Pastor Nade has just touched my heart. This video was shot 2 years ago, and yet there's still no school, there's still no literature, and they're still working with the same number of workers. This is a crying need. These people do not know Jesus. I invite you to be a part of telling them. When we visited this area, they took us to one village, and we were met by the village band, and all the people came and walked with us to the church. And we had a beautiful service there together. And then afterward, they lined up to shake our hands and tell us thank you for coming to visit them in their village. And they shook our hands and they went around the corner behind and got back in line so they could shake our hands again. These people are beautiful, loving people, and they deserve to know Jesus. The Jesus for Asia Bible workers are paid $60 a month. That's not very much. They go from door to door, they pray with the people, they tell the people about God. As Pastor Nade said, even when they start out as Hindus, they learn about God and they're so excited. Every new thing they learn, they tell those around them. So I just invite you to support a Jesus for Asia Bible worker in India, or more than one, because they need to know, the people need to know that Jesus is coming soon. And they need to be ready. Thank you so much for your prayers and financial support and for joining us for this edition of Jesus for Asia News.